Welcome to today's Explainer. Look, if you've ever felt like your online marketing efforts are just this giant scattered puzzle where none of the pieces actually fit together, well, you're in the exact right place. Today, we're going to unpack exactly how you can transform those frustrating, isolated marketing chores into a cohesive, highly efficient growth engine. Let's get into it.
So think about your daily operations for a second. Is your digital marketing just scattered? Honestly, do you feel like you're just posting content blindly and kind of hoping something sticks? You know the drill. Maybe you're running a couple of ad campaigns here, updating a social profile there, but there's no proper tracking, there's no real system tying the whole shebang together. It's a trap so many brands fall into. They end up treating the symptoms of bad marketing instead of just building a reliable system.
To get us from chaos to absolute clarity, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with moving from scattered to structured. Dive into the Digital Growth Toolkit, look at scaling with AI automation, walk through a quick 4-step workflow, and finally, we'll wrap up with pricing and some real-world results.
All right, Section 1, Scattered to Structured, moving beyond isolated tactics.
So this shift from being scattered to getting structured, that is the foundational mindset of Skyhoora and its founder, Saurabh Rawat. Saurabh operates out of Delhi as a digital marketer, web designer, and AI automation specialist. His whole methodology is built around stopping random acts of marketing. Seriously, no more guessing. On one side, you've got the traditional agency model, right? Treating marketing like this disconnected checklist, just posting content, running isolated ads. But Skyhoora's approach is entirely different. They focus on building structured digital systems. They aren't just chasing vanity traffic, they're optimizing for visibility, trust, and actual conversion. It's kind of like, well, it's the difference between just buying a steering wheel and buying the whole car. You need the entire vehicle working together if you actually want to reach your destination.
Moving on to Section 2, the Digital Growth Toolkit, organizing the engine's components.
I know it's super easy to get overwhelmed by all the digital marketing jargon out there, so Skyhoora strategically groups their services into 3 clear buckets. Keeps things simple, right? It's divided into visibility, conversion, and authority. Under visibility, you've got your SEO, social media, and paid ads on platforms like Google and Facebook. Basically, this is how people actually find you. But traffic is absolutely meaningless if it doesn't convert. So the middle pillar, conversion, features website creation, tracking setup, and specific growth support for e-com or B2B brands. And finally, authority. This covers your content marketing, brand positioning, and consistent communication. This is what builds long-term trust. So to sum it up, visibility brings them in, conversion captures them, and authority keeps them coming back for more.
But here is the absolutely crucial point. None of those pillars matter if you're flying blind. Proper tracking measures every single step so you know exactly where your revenue is coming from. Skyhoora emphasizes setting up tools like Google Analytics, the Metapixel, and custom conversion dashboards. When you have this tracking foundation locked in, every single part of your marketing engine becomes measurable. You're not just guessing what works anymore, you actually literally know.
All right, Section 3, Scaling with AI Automation, the turbocharger for your business. Now, if a great website and strong SEO are the engine of your business, AI automation is the turbocharger. This is a real game changer and Skyhoora's biggest differentiator today. And look, we're not just talking about having an AI write a couple of blog posts. We're talking about deep AI automation and systems. Skyhoora integrates heavy-hitting tools like Make.com, Zapier, and the Gemini API. Why? To completely automate those repetitive, mind-numbing marketing tasks, streamline content pipelines, and manage your lead workflows. Think about all those manual chores that just drain your team's energy. You know, moving data across spreadsheets, sending endless follow-up emails, compiling reports. By automating all of that, a brand can scale its output and efficiency dramatically. And the best part? You don't have to inflate your overhead costs to do it.
Which brings us to Section 4, the 4-step workflow, the blueprint from chaos to clarity.
So, now that we have all these amazing tools, how do we actually put them together? Well, Skyhoora uses an exact step-by-step blueprint to execute this system. Step 1 is discovery. Before doing anything else, you have to understand your brand, your audience, and pinpoint exactly where the gaps in your digital presence are. Step 2 is strategy. This means creating a focused plan that aligns your website, content, search, and tracking into one unified system. Step 3 is execution. This is the fun part, actually launching your website, assets, and campaigns, complete with that vital tracking we talked about. And finally, Step 4 is optimization. You refine your performance every single month using real, hard data. This workflow takes all those scattered digital chores and turns them into a predictable, highly optimized growth machine. And finally, Section 5, Pricing and Real Results, Transparent Tiers, and Proven ROI.
Okay, a beautiful system is great in theory, but let's talk about the bottom line, right? What does this actually cost, and what are the real-world outcomes? What's really refreshing here is Skyhoora believes in total transparency. They offer simple, straightforward plans. The starter tier is $399 a month. This is pretty much perfect for freelancers or small businesses that just need the essentials. Think basic SEO, profile optimization, around 12 social posts a month, and that critical tracking setup. But for brands that are really ready to scale, their growth tier at $999 a month is the most popular option. That's going to get you advanced SEO, landing page design, paid ad management, and even bi-weekly strategy review calls. And of course, they also offer custom business tier quotes if you need full-blown AI automation and massive web systems.
But what happens when you actually implement all this? Well, take Priya Mehta. She's the co-founder of a B2B services startup. She said, the AI automation setup they built for us saves at least 3 hours every day. Our lead follow-up is now fully automated and response time went from days to minutes. I mean, wow, that perfectly anchors this somewhat abstract idea of AI automation into a very tangible, massive business benefit. Seriously, just let that number sink in for a second. 3 hours every single day. That is essentially getting back almost half a workday. It's incredible. It perfectly illustrates the sheer impact of having proper digital systems in place. By saving those 3 hours daily, business owners like Priya are suddenly freed up to focus on what actually matters: operations, product development, high-level strategy, instead of just drowning in scattered digital tasks.
And we're seeing these kinds of results across totally different industries and geographies too. For instance, Rohit Sharma, who runs a Delhi-based e-commerce brand, doubled his Instagram engagement in just 6 weeks. Plus, he finally got clear sales tracking, which is huge. Meanwhile, James Holloway, an e-com store owner all the way over in the UK, saw a huge bump in organic traffic and a massive improvement in his return on ad spend, his ROAS, in just the first month. It just goes to show how versatile this is. Whether you're local B2B or international e-commerce, a structured system is always going to beat scattered tasks, every single time.
Which brings us to one final provocative question to reflect on today. Take a hard look at your business. Is your digital presence a true, highly structured asset, or is it really just a series of scattered tasks? The tools and strategies are absolutely out there, from unified tracking to incredibly powerful AI workflows. The only question now is, are you ready to stop posting blindly and start actually building your engine? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope it brought you some incredible value today. I challenge you to look at your digital toolkit entirely differently from here on out. Catch you next time.